to another edition of Mika Amcha Yisrael, Parashat Kedoshim. The pasuk reads, Lo tignovu, v'lo tikachashu, v'lo tishakru ish ba'amito. You shall not steal, you shall not deny falsely, and you shall not lie, one man to his fellow. The Torah's admonition against falsehood extends beyond Beit Din to the realm of personal integrity. Equally significant is our obligation to be truthful within ourselves, and frequently we fall into the trap of self-deception, convincing ourselves that our chosen path is correct only to discover upon careful reflection that it veers us off course, as clearly illustrated in our heart-wrenching story. Lance had made it to the top. He was at the best position financially, with more gold and diamonds than he knew what to do with. After leaving behind the confines of ghetto life, he had made a new home in South Africa, breaking free from the constraints that had ensnared his parents in poverty. When he married outside his faith and faced the silence of his disapproving parents, the ache of the separation cut deep, but that was a distant memory now. With time, he appeared as a devoted husband and father to his non-Jewish wife and children. His care for them extended to providing every luxury imaginable. Adorned in dazzling diamonds, his wife epitomized luxury, while their family resided in a grand mansion sprawling across acres and acres of land. Yet beneath this facade, his true devotion lay with his wealth. His days were consumed at the diamond exchange, relentlessly pursuing the accumulation of even more riches. And despite the opulence surrounding him, his life felt hollow and devoid of meaning, though he rarely paused to acknowledge it. One morning, as he prepared to dress for the day, his valet entered as usual, ready to receive his instructions. Lance wasted no time instructing him to prepare the car. "Today holds significant business matters," he declared, "and I must arrive early," he emphasized. His servant interjected, "The exchange is closed today, sir." "Closed? Closed why?" Lance inquired. "Today marks a Jewish holiday, the day of dethronement." Lance corrected him. The day of atonement. Despite his familiarity with the name of Yom Kippur, he couldn't shake the nagging thought, how I've strayed being reminded of the holiest day on the Jewish calendar by my non-Jewish servant. Leaving his room, Lance descended the stairs, nostalgia clouding his thoughts. Memories flooded back, his parents' tear-soaked blessings on Erev Kippur, the solemn procession to the synagogue with his father. There remained little semblance of his Jewish heritage in his life, certainly not within his own family. Just then his wife and children appeared, dressed for an occasion. "Where are you off to?" he inquired. "Our grandfather is being honored at a church dedication. Would you like to join?" one of the children asked. He responded hastily, "I cannot join." But his son persisted, pleading with him, and eventually Lance relented. "I attend a different place of worship. It's called a synagogue." Before he could elaborate further, his wife interjected, as she often did, informing their son, "Yes, your father's Jewish." Her tone was dripping with disdain. The boy's startled and troubled expression revealed this to be new and unwelcome information. After all, Lance had fled from his past. Why resurrect it now? With the discussion concluded, he bid his family farewell. Alone again, he found himself lost in thought. To think, my own children pleading for me to attend church on Yom Kippur. My moral compass is simply broken. How did it come to this? He considered going to synagogue by himself, but quickly dismissed the idea, sat at his desk, where one of the envelopes caught his attention. A blue envelope postmarked with the name of the Russian village in which he had grown up. His fingers began to tremble as he opened the envelope, and inside was a creased piece of paper with scrawled lines dotted and stained with dried tears. He picked up the letter and began to read. "To my dear son and only son, I am writing you from my deathbed. I asked nothing from you in this world. You certainly haven't given me anything. You chose affluence and luxury over family and religion. I forgive you. I die with love for you in my heart and a blessing for you on my lips. Grant me one request. Always remain a Jew. When you were a baby, It was my prayer as I rocked you in the cradle. And now with my dying groans, I repeat it once again, as I am taken to my grave. Remain a Jew. Don't give up on your Judaism as lightly as you have given up on your mother. I can forgive you. But who will forgive you if you forsake God and your people? Be truer to your God than you have been to me, and stand by your people. Help them and suffer with them if there is a need. There is bravery in suffering. Only cowards give in. Please awaken your conscience and let these words move your heart. Don't allow my dying cry to be lost in your jingle of gold amid all your riches. This letter will reach you around the Day of Atonement, when all who are good go to the synagogue. Go with them. Pray for my soul. Say Kaddish for me, and make amends for yourself. Turn and go to the synagogue, to your people, your mother. The last part of the letter was almost illegible, as it was stained with his mother's tears. Lance clutched the letter to his chest, overcome with emotion, as tears were streaming down his face unabated. His mother was right, every last word. And now he had to live with that unbearable pain. He cried so hard, he thought his soul would leave his body. He knew what he had to do. He walked up to the stairs, holding on to the railing as he climbed up to the top. He entered his bedroom and searched deep inside his closet. There it was, covered with a thick layer of dust from years of non-use. His tefillin bag. And inside of it, his siddur, a remnant from his past. The one item he had held on to when he left his home because he never had the courage to throw it away. He knew that he had to go. Yeah, there would be stares and glares. Some would wonder who he was, and others would perhaps have a faint memory of Lance, or Chaim, as he was known back then. But it was Kippur. He was going to shul. He was heading home. Ladies and gentlemen, as Lance confronts his past, aren't we confronted with our own reflection? In the relentless pursuit of wealth, have we forsaken our essence? The echoes of his mother's plea call out, urging us to ponder how much time as a people have we squandered on materialism. Isn't it time to reclaim our roots now more than ever, to rediscover what truly matters? Let's heed this call and find our own way home. It's well overdue. It's time to go home. Shabbat shalom and mivorach.